can't park there.
Let's go!
Alright, we're out here.
Mexico.
Out here in Mexico doing street racing before Uncaged tomorrow. We already pulled chips, Olympia's flagging, so on and so forth. We got Tommy Hoskinson, 6th pair down. 6th or 7th pair down? 7th pair down. Or 7th pair down. I got right, he's got left. We're going to put a little tune up in here, I think, go down through there and do pretty decent. So we'll just see what we can do, you know what I mean? That's all we can really do. So it should be fast enough to take the win if we can get to go down through there. So we'll see.
Hey, Mom, I got my tennis shots.
Oh, thanks.
That tire's flat. Windows busted.
Oh,
damn.
He's got a skid plate on his thing, right?
Yeah.
I really feel like he's got a back to him. Jesus. How'd you bust the tail light? Both tail lights.
yeah, the same, the marker light on both. The flag.
You busted your turn signal on both sides in the same spot.
Hey, you can't park there.
It's really not as bad as I thought it was. Sheesh. Can't park there. Yeah.
Well, as most of you know, most of you seen so far, some of you haven't. We went farming last night. So we decided we were going to turn this thing into a combine and go through a cornfield, uproot some corn.
Okay.
Want me to start over all the way?
No.
So we went farming. We plucked some corn, shucked some corn. Damn, I'm seeing things bent now that I'm actually getting to look at it. It's not that bad. I don't think anything is really too bent. As for structural, there is some things bent, but I'm not sure what is going on just yet. The real good hard parts don't look too tore up, so we mangled the radiator. That's probably obvious. Nothing, I tell you, nothing really looks too bad, to be honest with you. There's crap all through the car, as you can see. It's a mess, and the entire car has to come. Every single piece of this car has to come apart and get the crap cleaned out of it. There is literally corn crap, this stuff, everywhere. Every orifice, every hole, every cranny, crack, nook, any other word you can think of that has something to do with a small spot, it's crammed in it. So, kind of a little backstory, I guess, of what happened. It was Tommy and I were racing, and we were in Mexico, which you probably may have already seen the video. I don't know. You might put it in after this. We were in Mexico. It was a narrow road in Mexico. There was no side marker painted lines on the street. I guess the biggest issue that I had was, I think probably what happened was that the passenger side of my windshield was getting a little fogged up. We had cleaned the driver's side, but I wasn't as concerned with the driver's side. Cleaned the driver's side, I wasn't as worried about the passenger side. I guess I should have been. So we left the starting line. I was out ahead the entire way. About the last 10 feet, Tommy came around me. So he grabbed the scramble and got on some more power and drove around us. I was having to drive the car pretty much the whole way down. It was wanting to make these little moves. It was black tracking. It wasn't spinning, it was black tracking. It's a big difference. So I really didn't feel comfortable putting any more power in it. And I knew I was real close to the edge of the street anyhow. So, couldn't see the edge of the street real well. I heard Tommy. I peeked over at Tommy and looked back. And that was like right at the finish line. And then got on the brakes a little bit. And it just edged. I was only over in the grass about this far off the side of the street. I just edged over in the grass. I couldn't really tell whether I was in the grass or not. Like I said, the windshield was a little fogged. Couldn't tell if I was in the grass or not, but I felt the car over there. So I made a little move, trying to get back up on the street, and it turned sideways. And I went across the street. Not dead sideways across the street, but almost looking back the other direction. So almost did a 180, but it didn't make it quite 180 degrees. So I was sideways going across the street, and my first thought was, as soon as this thing goes sideways into the dirt on the other side of the street, it's flipping over on its roof. Everybody's seen videos of cars that go off the side of the street sideways, the tires and wheels grab and flip them on their top. So my first thought was, just please don't flip over. And then we got to the other side of the street, started going down in there, and then I didn't even know which direction I was pointing when I stopped in the corner. Everything happened so fast, so couldn't find my phone. It was dark because the power got turned off, so I couldn't turn on my interior light. I finally got out and realized, where I was in relation to the road. And I was actually facing back the direction that I was racing. So it must have went off the side of the road, and the corn grabbed it and spun the whole car back around. And we ended up facing the correct direction. So she's beat up. They finished first round. Then we went and drug it out. Went and got the truck and trailer, and I drove it up into the trailer. It was not fun. 2 front flat tires, 2 front 2 flat front tires, and then 1 flat rear tire. It was a pain. We had to have 4 or 5 people pushing it and stuff like that. And it was bad. Basically, my first thought when the car stopped was, I hope nobody's running down here and getting their heart rate all wound up and, you know, getting all huffing and puffing, because I'm fine. So the first thing I did when I walked out was holler, I'm fine, I'm good. So everybody could stop running and having mild heart attacks and stuff. So, because everybody at the starting line didn't know where I went, because the car went dark. So all the power cut off, all the lights turned off, and it was dark as dark gets out there, and the car's black. Nobody knew where I even was till somebody got down there to, you know, show them where I was. So that's about it, really. We're gonna get it out of here and assess the situation a little more. It's not going in the garage till it's clean, because I don't want my whole garage to smell like a freaking cornfield. So we might get it out and give it a bath here after a while if I can get some tires on it and get it rolling. If I can get, I got some front runners in there we can put on it. We'll probably try to pull the front end off in the trailer so we can get it out of the way. We're gonna work on it a little bit. So we might video some of that if we have a way to stand the phone up, just kind of pecking around with it. So anyway, we won't be gone long. We'll see what happens. So we'll see you here in a few minutes. Once I went across the road and I darted off or spun around to the field. This is this is how it was going through the field. It was like So here it is. We gave it a bath. And it actually looks a lot better now than it did before. We gave it a little bath and we went out and got some Texas Roadhouse with some good friends of ours, Josh and Stacy. And then we went to Uptown. That's our little car hangout here local to Middletown. Hung out there for a while, saw Phil Hines and some guys up there. Shot the bull for a little while, talked about last night and how I'm a farmer. And this is officially a combine. So we're picking the corn. You know what I mean? So anyway, then we came back. Actually, we didn't come back. We stopped by UDF, got milkshake. It's been a really good evening. It's actually been a good 2 days. Yes, I crashed the car. Whatever. I just had a great night with friends. And just being around that whole atmosphere is just the best. So yes, I crashed the car. Is what it is. I got to give Billy and Tommy and them a little hand with some things and help them guys out. Mainly the Falcon and Tommy. So that was fun, just kind of helping those guys, and just fun seeing everybody out. You know, I saw some people I ain't seen in a while. It was good to see some of them guys I ain't seen in a while. So no, we're good. The car's not too bad, I don't think. We haven't got it up on the lift yet. Because what you can't see is there's an S550 right above your head, right here. See, there's a parachute that's hanging off of it right there, the cord there. So you're hanging underneath it. It's on the lift. It'll be off the lift tomorrow, which may be yesterday by the time this video gets uploaded. Because it is Sunday morning right now.
It's just Saturday night.
It's Saturday night. So it's Saturday night.
Last night we raced.
Right. Yeah. So it's Saturday night. Friday night we raced. Saturday night. It's Saturday night right now. So anyhow, the car's pretty decent. Something's going on in the back end here. It's not sitting as level. It never sat level anyway because the ladder bars, I had some preload in the passenger side to get the weight right on the ass end on the scales. So it's never set level, but it looks like it's sitting a little bit wonkier than what it usually sits. So I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't really tell in the video, but it's a little bit wonky. So gotta get it up in the air. I'll probably take the whole rear suspension apart, check all the heims. Well, there's only 2 heims because ladder bars. Check all the ladder bar ends and all the bolts and take everything apart and make sure everything's good in the back end of the car. I'll probably go over the whole front. Basically, I'm gonna go over the whole car front to back. So a lot of it's got to come apart to get all the crap out of it. The engine bay, I was able to blow all the stuff out of it. You probably saw that. So no, the car's okay. We should be hopefully out here in maybe the next couple weeks or so. I'm probably gonna call Monday to VFN and get a front end ordered. No idea how long it's gonna take to get, but we may have to be one of those guys that races with no front end for a couple races, which I'm not real thrilled about, but I gotta do what I gotta do to race. So you don't race, you don't win. You don't win, you don't race. Well, I guess you still do race if you don't win, but that's it. You've seen our fun and our unfortunates. And I don't know if I said this before, but I've been racing about 15 years. This is my first crash. So, now it was a good one. I did a good job at it. I mean, we'll just call the kettle black, and I did a good job at crashing it. But it's not as bad as it could have been. So, thank the Lord for that. That's that. This is that. Hoo-ha, hee-hee. I'm sure you'll see a video of us fixing what's broke after this one, obviously, before we get the car back out. Keep you updated on what's going on with the car.
Start pulling everything apart like this week.
Yeah,
Well,
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Right. Yeah, that
So
part
like a
of the week.
midweek video.
Like a nice midweek video. So you'll probably see another video come up Friday, probably, before the weekend. We might be racing this weekend. If we can get everything fixed up, if there's something to go race, we might go race this weekend. I'll have to look at the schedule, see what's up there. See if we can get some more tires, or we might throw the big tires on for one race or some testing and just see. Let's kind of see what happens. Listen, I'm not scared of if any of you out there think I'm scared of small tires because I drove my stuff out.
You are dead wrong.
You're dead wrong. Listen, the tire had nothing to do with the fact that I drove it into the corn. Nothing to do with it. I drove this thing into the corn solely because of myself, basically. It was a narrow road. It's been a long time since I've street raced. It was a narrow road. The windshield was a little fogged up. I should have done a better job keeping it unfogged. There was no line down the side of the road. It happened after the finish line. I didn't overdrive the car. Listen, if any of you have watched any of these videos, you know that this thing is on rails everywhere it goes. 9 passes out of 10. That's 9 3/4 passes out of 10. This thing is as straight as an arrow. And it was the whole pass, which you've probably already seen. I just nudged it off the side of the road a little bit.
The same thing would have happened if he was on a big tire.
Same thing would have happened on a big tire.
Same thing.
The same exact thing would happen on a big tire. If I would have drove it off the side of the road a little bit on my side on a big tire, it still would have spun around and probably drove into the corn. Nothing to do with the tire. I'm not scared of big tires. I promise. I've heard.
Small tires. Not scared of
Sorry.
small tires.
Definitely not scared of big tires, but not scared of small tires. It changes my mind zero. Actually, it makes me want to get back out on the small tire because of how good the race was that we were in with the car that we were racing. Gives me more motivation, not less.
Maybe next time we'll draw like no,
Every single
not a hammer.
every single race we've gone to, there's not, which most of these races there's not too many ducks at.
Right.
Not one single pass have we made next to a duck since we put the small tires on. Not one. Every person we've sat next to has been a name in small tire, a pretty big name
For a while.
for a while. Every pass we made on a small tire next to someone. So we have not had any ducks. So we might have even been the duck on a couple of them. I wouldn't say we were a duck, but we gave him a pretty good run. The corn's getting to him and I. It's got us both a little messed up. So anyhow, I'll quit rambling. Like I said, look for a video this Thursday or Friday, or maybe even early Saturday or something. Once we get the S550 finished, which will happen probably tomorrow. This thing should be out of the way. We'll get this up on the lift. We'll assess everything, get a game plan together, get some parts ordered, and we'll get back in the game here hopefully pretty quick. So look for a video, like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever else you can do to help the channel grow.
Whatever.
So we're not doing this to get rich. We're doing it so because it's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not going to be rich YouTubers. That's just not in the card. That's not going to happen. We're not going to live off YouTube. That's probably never, ever going to happen. We do this for fun. So, thanks. Bye.